What's going on, guys? This is G here. Welcome once again to the bird room. And today we're just gonna talk about birds. I hope everybody's birds is doing good, is great, and about the natural remedies. Hope everybody is doing it. Garlic, honey, apple cider vinegar, lemon. I'm not too big on the onions, but I will do it. Just the juice. I would just squeeze. I will cut them in like big chunks, and I would just grab a presser or squeeze, and I'll just squeeze a little bit into the big gallon of water, what I think, or I'll just throw a few chopped up pieces in the water. Either way, that's what I say. The birds here are doing great. I'm coming to an end on the breeding season, and then I'll pick up again before you know it. I am gonna build an outside aviary for the strawberry finches, corn-on blues, grass mask finch, parrot finch. I'm gonna put those species in there because I know they like to. Parrot finch like to nest more on the floor like the grass mask finch do. They like to go more towards the floor area, so I'm gonna put a little bit of bushes and stuff like that, some big nice rocks. I'm not gonna do a waterfall, that I'm not gonna do. I'm gonna just put natural water, me daily, but yeah, so far everybody's good over here. I paired this guy up with a white pied hen. She has like brown on her back and her wings. It's like a brown. But yeah, I paired him up. I like the Goulians. I have two pair of owl finches paired up. I'm gonna separate them, and I'm gonna put my fawn female with the male. They like to produce like rabbits. I need to pick up on some owl finches. I sold a bunch, and I'm gonna put some out in the aviary. Probably put like 2 pairs. And I'll probably put 1 pair of strawberries, see how they do, and go from there. Corn-on blues, I will put them in there. Beautiful birds. Guys, the New York Bird Expo, April 13th, if I'm not mistaken. April 13th. I'll be there 8:30 in the morning. Pick up some different birds from different breeders. It's a good time. They got food at 12 o'clock, some rice, chickens, beans. You know how they do it in the Bronx. And you got bird food, you got cages, you got anything you can think of for birds, that place has. Even if you want to buy pigeon feed, pigeon grit, whatever it is for any type of bird. Not like chickens or turkey. They probably do have it, but caged birds, finches, parrots, parakeets, or lovebirds, stuff like that, conures, and any type of finch that you can imagine. That guy sells good type of birds over there. Some real exotic stuff. The Africa import borders, I think, opened up, so birds are just flowing in right now. I'm not 100% big on that kind of stuff, keeping track of exportation and stuff like that. But I know people, and people know people. So yeah. What else? The Bird Expo. I will be buying some new birds. Will be bringing them back. Get them through a molt. Put them through quarantine. So you guys won't see them until after quarantine, because the quarantine station is not in my bird room. Absolutely not. You never put a bird in the quarantine station that's in your bird space area. Never. Never do it. I just don't like to do it, from my personal experience, okay? You get a bird, put him in a cage. Doesn't matter what cage, as long as it's big enough for the bird to jump and exercise. Put them in your house, in your basement. Leave them there for a month. You know, this is when I will say, give them like a 4 or 5-in-1 medication treatment. Give them a dewormer. Let them take those in. And then you start with the natural stuff, you know. Spray him down with a good parasitic to kill the bugs or anything like that. Give him a nice scat on his thigh. Scat him up, or her, whatever the case may be, you know. And when you bring the bird into your bird room, because there's going to be more than one, but I like to smoke the bird room with my this is what I use, guys, right here. How much was it? $23? Yep, $23. Okay, this is what I use. So I smoke up the whole bird room, everybody, when I put him in here, because you never know about the ear sac mites. So I use this. I use a good scat. Okay. Said the price right there, but no longer there. Give a good scat on the leg. If you want to use the Ronex, you can go right ahead and use the Ronex. Or if you got a 5-in-1, I have it on the pigeon side. I got the pigeons over there. And that's it. Right now I'm giving egg food. Okay. I just paired this guy up. I took his hen out, the yellow hen, and I put a regular red-faced hen, and he is happy. He's excited. We got babies in here. They're on eggs, grass mass finch, and corn on blues. They're on eggs. She's on eggs. Look at the baby Boolean. There's two of them. Where's the other one? Let me put it on the floor. She's on eggs. Yep. I just put their nest back to get them going again. This one. I'm sorry about that, guys. But the birds are okay, you know. I gotta do some cleaning today, within tomorrow. And yeah, that's it, guys. Just enjoy this bird stuff. It's great. It's great. I love it. You know, I've been doing the bird thing for a long time. Ever since I was a little boy. Probably 4 years old. You know, I remember going to kindergarten and coming home and having birds in my room and stuff like that. And, oh man, I was in heaven. Ever since then. So I'm up there now. I'm in the 30s. So I'm past a little bit of I'm 36 today. 36 as of right now. Be 37 in October. So yeah, I mean, everybody's good. I got this guy here, my OG. You see, even though the sunlight, the daylight that I have in this room is still the same, all I did was take his female away and the bird goes into a molt. Why does he go into a molt? Because his system slowed down. Everything about that he has to do in his cage now is nothing. He don't have to chase a hen. He don't have to jump on a hen. He don't have to lay on eggs. He don't have to feed babies. So all those things that he did, he no longer has to do. So his body can go on relax mode. This is when a female is most vulnerable. This is when it happens right here. Okay, for the males, it's all good. You know, he started with his chest molting behind the back over there a little bit. As you can see here, guys, pile of feathers. You know, so the bird is there. You can see it on him. Okay, this is what I want to do to my birds. Once I separate them, this is what I look for. He's starting as well. See the feathers here? This is what I want them to do. I want them to molt. Okay, you can get, this guy is too. Underneath the yellow, where the yellow is, he started. Okay, this is what I want to do. When the birds are by themselves, they're not stressed. They say, okay, I have time to molt now. Everything's okay. You know, it's long summer months, long summer days will trigger your birds to come into a molt. Okay, long summer days. And then once the day decreases in August, then your bird is like, uh-oh, time to catch up. And that's when they throw everything down and birds start getting shaky and shivering and they're cold because they can't keep a body temperature. That's when I come and play, and I like to give more egg food, more protein, more vitamins. Just load them up. But you have to be careful, like I said in other videos. You have to be careful about doing this. Okay, you can't just get your bird fat. You don't want your bird fat. You don't want your birds being fat, because once they're fat, it's hard to get the weight off of them. It's very hard. Okay, you're not gonna starve your birds, so it's very difficult. And if it's difficult for you to have a fat bird, not to get them to lose weight, now by the time breeding season comes, that bird is not gonna be 100%. If the bird is not 100%, it's not gonna give you 100%. Remember that. If you only put in 50%, the bird only takes in 50%. So the bird is only gonna give you 50%. If you put in 100, the bird gets the 100, and it gives you back the 100. It's that simple, guys. There's no breaking a brain for it or thinking too much or anything like that. It is the simplest thing you can think of. Give these birds 100%. Show them a little bit of your time, and the bird will give you its 100% when it comes time for breeding, reproducing, and stuff like that. If a bird is getting old and you want to use a little bit of the Viagra medicine, I call it Viagra medicine, but to fertilize the bird, stimulate them, you can do so. You know, do it a month before the breeding begins. You know, prepare him for the breeding season. You gotta prep these birds for the breeding season. So people say, when does the breeding season begin? The breeding season begins when you stop the breeding season. That's when the breeding season begins for me. Okay, why is this? As soon as the breeding season's over, correct, and you're like, all right, now I can just throw the birds into a flight aviary, and they can just spend the rest of their time being there, exercising. Yes, they're gonna get the exercise they need, and yes, you can put the bird in a flight cage. It's not a problem, you know. But you gotta get the bird to molt. Okay, you gotta get the bird through a nice molt. If a bird is still active, you know, very much active, and if you don't have the bird in a certain daylight, the bird's not gonna really molt. Like, I got my lights are on. Okay, and these birds are molting. I control my birds. I control the birds. The birds don't control me. I control it. Okay, I put out how much daylight I want, I control everything in this bird room. Me. They don't control me. I control them. That's how it has to be. So you can put the bird in a flight. You can do all that. But remember, put males with the males, females with the females. Even if it's another species. Put the other species, female with female, male with male. You know, like shaft tail with the grass mask finch, they'll reproduce. A zebra finch with an owl finch, they'll reproduce. No problem. You know, and there's plenty more other birds that will reproduce. No problem. So you can put the bird in a flight cage. Start giving the birds the vitamins. A lot of oils. Oils, it's good if you mix oils into the feed. You know, get the birds feed for the day that you're gonna give the next day. The amount, you know, what you think it is. Put it in a container. A little bit of a cod liver oil. You know, it's good for the bird's liver. It helps everybody. Everything's inside the intestines and all that. And the feedback on the feathers is amazing. It's amazing. I have other oils that I use that I can do a video on, and I'll show you how to use it. I'll show you what they are, and your birds are just gonna look shiny, like out of a magazine type of shiny. What I'm talking about. When it's time for them, when you get them to put them to pair up again, that's how they should look. Beautiful, clean beaks, clean feathers, clean feet. Everything in its place. Nice dark beaks, nice dark red beaks, or whatever, black for the female, like charcoal black. You know, you don't want no scales on the beak while they're, you know, getting into condition. You don't want none of that stuff. So you want to prepare your birds. That's when breeding season begins, when breeding season ends. Remember that, guys. Breeding season don't start when breeding season the month of breeding season. No. Breeding season begins when you finish the breeding season. Because you have to prepare the birds. You got to make sure the birds don't go through a amount of stress when it's molting. Because molting is very stressful to the body, to the liver, to the everything. So you want to ease everything out, smooth everything out for them. A lot of greens, a lot of vegetables, a lot of oils, a lot of protein, you know, a lot of high fat seeds, because the birds are going to need it. They're going to need it. Their body is going to go into a shock. You want to relax the bird as much as you can. You know, probiotics. You give the bird some probiotics in the water, you know, put it into the gallon. I can show you guys how much I use for the probiotic, what I use for probiotic. That information will all be out to you guys soon enough. Don't worry about that. But that's what I'm trying to say, guys. Breeding season begins when breeding season ends. Okay? You guys have a great time. Enjoy your Saturday. This is G's Bird Room. Welcome, guys. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Thank you for your support, for the comments, everything. I enjoy writing back to you guys. I enjoy giving my feedbacks. Guys, if you see something wrong, let me know. You know, write to me. I appreciate your honesty. I'm a guy that I like to say it how it is. You know, I don't like to sugarcoat nothing. That being said, I will see you in the next one.